I don't know about you guys, but I think if Chris Hemsworth was in this movie, it would be guaranteed. Katniss would pick Chris Hemsworth. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about the new and final Hunger Games movie, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, starring, obviously, the beautiful Jennifer Lawrence. And what did I think about this movie? Let's get talking about it. So basically, I'm going to come off this right off the bat. I think this was the weakest Hunger Games movie, in my opinion. Now, that's not to say it's a bad movie. I still enjoyed it. But one of the things that, to me, when it started off, I was expecting it to start, let's get going with this plot, guys. And the plot is very simple. It's, get into the Capitol, kill Snow. They have one mission, and that's it. They got all the stuff in part 1 out of the way. Now part 2 should be all-out action. Right, guys? Maybe not. So, yeah, in the beginning it starts off a little slow, and then once they get into the Capitol, start their mission, things get a little bit more interesting. And then once we get to the end, it gets a little slow again, because it gets all politicky and, I don't know, dramatic, and doesn't go in a way where I thought it would go. There was a lot of things that I was not confused. I followed the story fine. I just felt some of the choices in the movie didn't go the way I thought it should go, and my expectations thought it was going to go. With that being said, I don't think everything in the movie was horrible. Like I said, I liked the action when there was action, and then some of the choices of killing off certain characters or writing the way some characters ended, their story arcs, didn't feel complete to me. And the ending of Snow, President Snow, the big bad of this entire 4 films, I didn't feel ended the way it should have ended. I still liked the movie. I still found it somewhat entertaining. If it was up to me, I didn't think a lot of the characters that we were supposed to care for, I didn't care for them as much as I wanted to. And so when certain characters died, for an example, I didn't care by the end there, because throughout this entire 4 films, they weren't given the development that they should have to allow me to care for them. Katniss was basically the only character I really cared for by the end of it, and even her choices at the end seemed kind of out of place, and I don't know if the character would have done that. I also felt that the relationship between Katniss, Peeta, and Gale seemed kind of wasted in this film. I felt like, the first movie was kind of setting it up, I guess, and going somewhere with this love triangle that, I kind of felt bad for Gale about. And then by the end of this movie, I realized that the entire threesome was a wasted opportunity, I guess. To me, it felt like it didn't really go anywhere, and I actually was rooting for someone else, and it didn't go to the person that I thought should have. And again, when it didn't happen, it was because that character was also not fully developed, and I didn't feel like sympathy for him, even though I wanted to. So there's another negative point. I thought the acting was all great. There was a really intense moment while they were in the underground sewer. I'll try not to spoil anything, but yeah, there was when they go underground to get to the Capitol, it does get really intense there. That I was starting to get a little nervous. For the most part, though, yeah, the ending, like I said, it was a little bit of a drag, and I think it really brought down the movie for me in what I wanted. This is not like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, which to me is one of the greatest endings to a franchise that you can get. And this was not that. This was actually a little bit disappointing to me. And for that being said, guys, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. I don't want to spoil too much. I think you can... like I said, I still got enjoyment out of it. I'm just not the biggest fan, I guess. I don't know. I love the franchise. I think Catching Fire is one of the coolest movies of this entire franchise. The first one was really good too. I even liked the last one that, some people didn't like. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed part 1 more than part 2. Maybe people of the fans of the books will enjoy this one a lot more. I don't know. If you are a fan of the books, write down in the comments section, because I like to know what fans of the book thought of this final one. And but yeah, it's a 7 out of 10 isn't that bad. It's a good score in my opinion. So, but it's not going to make my top 10 of the year. Let's just put it that way. I still enjoyed it, but yeah, I was expecting so much more from this movie, guys. So much more. So, I don't know. Comment below, guys. Let me tell me what you thought. Maybe I'll like it a little bit more on more viewings, but the more I think about it, especially the last 30 minutes, I was kind of let down. But yeah, I still think it's worth checking out. So, tell me what you thought, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video, especially if you agree with me, because I could use all the support I can get. And guys, by the way, stop hating. If you're hating on people, stop it. That's all I'm gonna say. This movie, one thing good about it is that there was a little message there that was kind of relevant to the times right now. And until next time, guys, take care.